Oh, the 2 imported books that have arrived. Right. They finally came. I can't believe it took so long, but amidst her celebrations, partially for managing to change the topic, I'm sure, she notices me from the corner of her eye and freezes on the spot when she does. Oh no, I'm sorry for not noticing you before. Did you need to check out a book or return one? I'm sorry. The way she can so quickly shift between moods is a little unsettling. He's with me, Yuko. This is Hisao, a new student. Hisao, this is Yuko, a school librarian. Pleased to meet you. Hisao, right, Hisao. Pleased to meet you too, Hisao. For a second, she visibly attempts to engrave the name on her mind so she won't forget. Yuko often arranges to import foreign books in Braille for me. Would you like to tell Hisao a little something about the library? Lily's innocent suggestion met with an expression of abject terror. She looks fine. Oh, no, never mind. Please, Lily, I can't. I don't know what he could be interested in. This is too much responsibility. How it's any responsibility at all, I don't get, but her objection is so sincere, I don't doubt for a second that she would rather disembowel herself on the spot than tell me where the light novels are. She needs to calm down. But, so there are a lot of books in Braille here? I attempt to save the day by asking the first thing that pops into my head. It seems to work, at least partially, as Yuko seems to not exactly relax, but at least look slightly less tense. Well, I think about a third or fourth of Yamaku's library is either in Braille or audio. I like audiobooks. They're good for like road trips and stuff, and you don't want to pack a ton of books, you can just bring an audiobook. Makes sense given all the blind students that be here. If only that, how come this library is so big in the first place? Well, we get a lot of new books regularly because the library is adequately endowed. That's probably why. I spend more on new books than on my salary, and then I have to organize and shelve all of them. It's so troublesome and I waste so much. I wish I could just quit this job. Wow. She's not worried about sharing her feelings. A very awkward silence follows this revelation of too much information. I'll go check the aisles then if you don't mind. It's probably best for all of us if she doesn't keep talking to me. Very well. Meanwhile, Yuko, I would have those books if it's alright with you. My first impression was right. The library is surprisingly big. Ambling down the narrow aisles, I studied the spines of books in random order, occasionally sliding one out to read the blurb, taking it with me if it looks good. In a few moments, I have a respectable stack of books in my arms. I guess I'll never be stuck for choice in here. The normality of the library sinks in. Sure, there are large print and Braille books scattered throughout, but it is what it is, a library. It's as if the calm mood from the room I had tea with Lily snuck in with us here, unless it was here to begin with. Something about that puts me at ease, just like before. I reach the end of the aisle and find a collection of desks set up for studying or personal reading. Going a little further, though, I discover a nice quiet corner at the end at the back. While the rest of the library has the odd student sitting at a desk, either reading or stealthily sleeping, the back is pretty much deserted. As I glance around, I see someone who I recognize sitting on one of the several beanbags. Oh, it's her, the Violet. It's the dark-haired girl from my class, the one who snuck out of the classroom earlier. She's reading a book, keeping it close to her face, which makes her look like she's really into it. From the way she's acting today, I had pegged her as more of a delinquent than a bookworm. In fact, her mysterious disappearance from the class raises all sorts of whys in my head. Intrigue floats slowly but surely towards the surface, and before I know it, I'm walking towards the mysterious long-haired girl. I guess there's no harm in introducing myself as I would with anyone else. She's a classmate after all. Walking over to another beanbag, I take a seat and lay my books beside it. Oh, jeez, I'm sorry. The girl starts looking scaredly up at me from underneath her fringe. This is the first time I've seen her this close. Underneath her long dense bangs, I can see that part of her face, at least a third if not half, is pretty badly scarred. My eyes are immediately drawn to the scars, subconsciously peeking past her hair until they meet her own eyes. For a second I am shocked. I divert my eyes to the book in her hands before I realize that looking away would probably only make it worse. It takes too many seconds to collect myself and remember what I walked up here for. Hello, I'm sorry. I'm gonna apologize. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. It's okay. The girl certainly doesn't look like it's okay, but I let it slide. So, do you mind if I sit here? She seems to be very uncertain whether it's okay or not for me to sit, but she finally nods just a little. Oh, okay. I take the seat next to her, and she hides herself behind her book. Life of Pi. Oh, I read that book. That was pretty good. My impression was that everyone liked the part 2 where he was like describing all of it. I didn't like that. I thought it was kind of tedious. I mean, it's like, I'm on a boat. Still. It's like day 200 on a boat. Found some mongoose on a seaweed island. I ate them. Tasted good. Fed them to my pet tiger. And then washed up ashore. People said I smelled bad. And I lied about the whole story. I was a cannibal. There we go. That was major spoilers. Should have warned that. Okay, Life of Pi, never heard. Should have heard of it. It was pretty good. So, sorry again for startling you. I'm Hisao. She looks up from her book, stalling a little before replying. I know. We are in the same class. Her speech is stilted and so quiet, it's barely audible, even in the still library. Somehow I think my delinquent impression of her was wrong. Hanako. I'm Hanako. I resist the urge to say that's a nice name, just to have something to say, but really it's the only thing I can think of. I feel like an idiot. Everyone here must be used to being different to each other, and I'm being all bothered and fussed up about that kind of thing. Don't let me interrupt your reading. I'll just check these books if you don't mind. She nods a little, sighs a little sigh of relief. So I try to read the covers and introduction of the books I picked up, and she buries her face in her book. Uncomfortable silence consumes us. My eyes still wander to her direction, and I sneak peeks at her flowing hair and the scars it's hiding. You're gonna get caught, man. After a while, I realize she's doing the same, only pretending to immerse in the Life of Pi. Oh, I saw that. Her gaze is not inquisitive at all, though. It darts around like a scared rabbit. When our gazes finally meet, the chain reaction is unstoppable. Oh, I'm sorry. Did she just hit me? Or did she just stand up? Oh, okay, she stands up forcefully from the beanbag and takes a deep breath. I gotta go do something. Without warning, Hanako takes off and runs towards the counter. Her hair-like takeoff catches me so off guard that I don't manage to go after her until... whoa, why are you chasing her? I mean, you want to not run after you want to follow her, but just to apologize. By the time I reach the counter, she's nowhere to be seen. Lily and Yuko are happily chatting away. Knowing I won't be able to catch Hanako myself, I approach the girls. Hey, did you see or notice a girl run past here? Maybe what did she look like? Long dark hair, kinda shy, she had, well, some scars on her face. Why would you describe her? She'll say long dark hair, kinda shy, somewhat tall. She was probably running. You wouldn't be talking about Hanako, would you? Yep, that is her. Oh, wow, quoted that. Yeah, that's her. I saw her reading and tried to talk to her, but I think I scared her off or something. Oh dear. Yuko, would you excuse me? I'd better try and find her. Wait, how's she gonna do that? Sure, I'll just hold on to these until you come back. What's going on? I'm sorry, but I'll have to explain to you some other time. Right, I'll see you later then. Lily hastily grabs her cane and hurries out of the library, leaving me alone with Yuko. I don't think I'll ever get the hang of this place. Did I do something wrong? What did you do? Nothing, I was just looking for some books and then she got into this fit and ran off. Most offending thing I can think of is might have looked in her general direction a few times. She is a very timid girl. You have to be very careful around her. She can be very jumpy, I think, and she's not accustomed to talking with other people. Isn't that a bit strange? I wonder, it's just how she is, I think. Yuko doesn't sound all that convincing. Then again, maybe this is just the norm around here. Everyone has their own problems or else they wouldn't be here, except Yuko. Well, I guess it's probably she can't get a decent paying job. But how should I deal with these people? Forcing myself to act over casually only makes me feel phony. Like I was supposed to be ignoring the elephant in the room. Yuko fidgets, looking like she wants to say something to that, but resists. I think it's an elephant, only if you feel that way. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess she doesn't have a good sense of self-restraint. It makes me smile. She blushes heavily. What? Did that sound stupid? No, it sounded really wise. I guess you were right. It's more about me than anyone else. Neither of us has anything to add, so Yuko fills the silence by shuffling some papers around. People who have papers on their desks really like doing that. Did you find any books? I should be closing soon. I mean, this library should be closing, but I'll have to do it. I hope that's not too inconvenient for you. Oh yeah, I want some books, but I left them over there because I'll just go get them. I fetched my stack of books from beside the beanbags where Hanako and I were sitting and returned to the counter. Wow, you read a lot, don't you? I surprised myself too, with that too, honestly. At least when I really think about it. I had a lot of free time earlier this year, so I just kind of started reading books to fill that time. Couldn't do much else. I see. But she doesn't say anything else and just checks out my books for me. I guess this is what they call tact. No, I don't think that's what tact is. Isn't tact like wit and sarcasm combined? Okay, never mind. Oh, I'm back at my dorm. Holding the library books with one arm, I troll my pocket for the key to the door. Some sound from behind startles me. Oh, Kenji. Making me nearly drops the books I'm carrying over the key that I almost managed to get into the lock. Who is it? Kenji, it's me. What's my name? Hisao. I turn around to see who's talking to me. It's Kenji. He seems to be in a friendly mood, although the light glinting off his glasses in the dark gives him a sinister look. It's just me. This makes him pause and lick his lips nervously. Who is me? I don't know anyone called me. Are you some new guy again? His voice is suddenly strained and quick. Yes, but we've met before, yesterday. I don't think so. I would remember someone who I met only yesterday. When was that? What day is today? I try to ignore him. Is he joking or what? Prove that we've met before. You live across the hall. You're Kenji. Oh my goodness. That's kind of freaky face. Kenji jumps back, his eyes filled with an uncomprehending fear. How do you know my name? Damn, this can only mean one of two things. Either we have met, and you are telling the truth, and I just can't remember it, or you are a spy. I am the latter. I am a spy. He pauses. A psychic spy. That would be awesome. His eyes dart on me, trying to peek into my room, although it's hard to believe he can't see anything through those thick glasses. His mood swung from friendly to manic in less than a minute. I'm not psychic. How do I know that? I'm not a mind reader. Kenji points a finger in my face damningly. Oh jeez, unlike you. Oh. Stop that, man. We met yesterday. What's wrong with you? I live in this room. Lies. If you think you can pass as Hisao because I'm legally blind, you are sorely mistaken. You don't even look like him. I mean, the resemblance is real slim. Maybe at a distance, but